So copyright is a bundle of exclusive legal rights that you as an owner are granted under law for things that you create. Now, the rights are very specific, and it's a bundle of intellectual property rights, and they arise automatically as soon as you have created the work in a tangible medium. And I'm going to explain all that in a minute. But first, I want to talk to you about what rights are included in that bundle of intellectual property rights. So the first one is reproduction, and reproduction is simply the right to make copies. This is the most important right you get as a copyright owner, and it is the right that protects you against other people making infringing copies and using your work. The next one is adaptation. And the right to adaptation is the right to do things like take a book and turn it into a movie, or publish it in other languages. And the right to adaptation opens up additional revenue streams for your work. For other people to use it, you can license it and start making money off of it. The next one is public distribution. Public distribution simply means selling it, making it available in the public. So when you put your book in a bookstore or up on Amazon, that's distribution. Then public display. Now, public display is the right to actually show your work somewhere in public. For most of the time, we think about things like a sculpture or a painting being shown in a museum or a gallery. With regard to a book, that might be doing a public reading, or just having your book displayed in a bookstore. Next is public performance. And public performance, so I actually misspoke earlier, public display does not include readings. That comes under public performance. So if you wanted to do a reading or a book signing, that's kind of a public performance. Normally, when we think of public performance, we're talking about showing a movie in a movie theater, showing a play on Broadway, any kind of show for like dance choreography, whatever it might be. Those are all performance. And finally, digital and audio transmission. So this is the right to use your work and put it on radio, put it on TV, put it on a podcast. And podcast is probably the most familiar one for small business owners. So you have all these rights. You have the right to reproduce, to adapt, to display. What does that mean? And what does it do for you as a small business owner? So first, in order to understand that, let's break down what it is that gets you to the point where you have something that is eligible for copyright. So copyright protects original works of authorship fixed in a tangible medium. It includes literary, dramatic, musical, and artistic works. The protection covers the author's creative expression, but not the facts or ideas underlying that expression. So let's unpack that for a minute. Original work of authorship means that the work has to originate with the author. It can't be something they've copied from somewhere else or adapted from somewhere else. It has to be their own creation. Fixed in a tangible medium. What does that mean? That means whatever ideas or thoughts you have taken them out of your brain where nobody can see them, and you have put them into something that can be seen, held, touched. So for example, if you're writing a book, it's writing the manuscript, and that can be paper, it can be a Word file on your computer. If you are creating a sculpture, you're modeling it out of clay, that's a tangible medium. If you are a photographer, getting your images onto a disc on your camera is a tangible medium. Actually printing them out as photos is a tangible medium. So all of those things are what we mean when we talk about a tangible medium. So you want to get your work somewhere where people can see them, look at them, hear them, touch them, whatever applies to your work. Finally, creative expression. What does that mean? Like, it has to be the author's creative expression. So creative expression is the sole domain of copyright law. That's really what it's all about. It protects your creative ideas that are expressed in a fixed format. Copyright does not protect ideas. So if it's still in your head, it's not protected. If you share it with somebody verbally, it's still not protected because that verbal discussion is not a tangible medium, unless you happen to have recorded the discussion, in which case the recording is a tangible medium. Also, copyright does not protect facts. So the example I like to use, if you were to do a blog post and you're comparing the features and pros and cons of 3 different email platforms, the facts about the names of the platforms, what features they have, what their prices are, how easy it is to sign up, those are all facts. And that's not going to be protected. It's your creative expression, the way you talk about those facts and the way you talk about the pros and cons and how you lay out your article that is actually protected. Okay, so now you know what that is. So what copyright is, what it covers, and for most small businesses, what it's going to cover is things like if you wrote a book, blog posts, course material. If you're a photographer or an artist, it's your images, your graphics, whatever you've created for your business, all of that is covered by copyright. And you have the ownership of that copyright the minute you have created those items.